You want to know what Chud actually thinks? Are you sick of his bad faith fence sitting? Listen to Queeman. He'll tell you. I am not going to punish you of 50 minutes of going, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I watch absolutely everything on YouTube that I can, but I'm not going to watch his video so I can say I don't understand. Well, I have a solution, Chud. If you watch the video, you might have understood. But the problem with that is you might have had some uncomfortable questions. So I understand. So in true chop from the point fashion, and we're going to be totally fair here, we're going to pretend not to watch your video too. That's what we're going to do. That's our plan. All right? So I don't know. I don't understand. I didn't watch. I was just like, oh my God. Like, where is this coming from? Want to know where it's coming from? Watch the video. But I promise you I won't do this either. I'm not going to pull the Eats in the San thing over and over again. Watch my video. I don't give a damn if he watches or not. I don't give a rat's ass. I'm going to clarify some things. And, they were cute. They were cute. They tried to do, they basically did everything I thought. And the fact that he's playing stupid, the playing stupid fence rider bit over and over again, didn't shock me all that much. And I'm going to show you why I don't like this guy, and I have even more reason not to trust him than before. Because that's what it's all about. It's about, like, I don't trust that guy. I want nothing to do with him, right? I was right. What? You could have called me. What? So if you're going to pretend not to know what's wrong by not watching the video, we're going to pretend we didn't watch your video. That's pretty much where we're going for it. Because you can avoid the no, we didn't bring up the Bowblax thing, come to think of it. You can avoid the fact that you spilled on Bowblax. We had everything on Bowblax, and what a bad person. We didn't have to out him. You did it on purpose because you're a content suck. I mean, it wasn't enough for you. They probably wouldn't have found his stupid OnlyFans if it wasn't for you. That's a good reason not to trust you. Hey, let me tell you something. My experience, you want to say, how are you able to predict everything? Look at the way people you trust treat people you don't like. That's a really, really good indicator on what you're in store for. And by the way, apparently, this came as a bit of a shock to me, I'll admit. I'm not the only one that believes that you played stupid with and fast and loose with Bowblax. I'm like, oh, what? I don't know. What? 6 months go by. Nobody makes a video on him in his dress. And I don't know. All right. Here's Queeman, everybody.
But if I were to totally stillman it, I did say in the conversation with Bowblax, I don't want to see you wearing the dress. And everyone made a big deal out of that. So maybe he assumed that Nick had said something about it. I don't know.
No.
I think it's a reach because I think I explicitly told Chud it was private.
It was private. Yeah. So yeah. I think Chud was probably, deliberately leaking it, to be honest.
Oh. Uh-oh.
There's super big criticism.
There's some teeth to Tommy's criticism here. No?
Oh, in more ways than one, my white knight friend. Yeah. So I'm not the only one that believes this. And by the way, this guy's going to take your audience. 100%. You don't have to worry about Nick not shouting you out. You don't have to worry about Willie being nice to you. He's going to take your audience because Queeman is willing to do what Chud won't. Be a completely dishonest, dubious fuck right out in the open. Like, completely out in the open. Like, what did he say about me? I would never bend over backwards for my friends like Tommy C does. Yeah, guilty. And he would rather suck, I think he'd do it either way, than kiss the Oreo's ass for 200 viewers. I got to be honest with you. I think if I kissed the Oreo's ass, I could want a little more than 200 viewers. But hey, I mean, Jesus Christ. And by the way, Queeman, I've never been rated by Diorio. Not once. Only Chud. And that didn't do me all that much good at the end of the day now, did it? So, but let's get to the heart of this thing.
I think you have.
What? Yeah.
I think you have.
Been rated by Nick?
Yeah, I think you have. Like, he's like sent his viewers.
Our times are just so
after
different,
stream
though.
form.
Our times are so dramatically different.
think
If
they're
I
not-
was
they're not
rated, it was a
different.
long time ago. You know, I didn't get the 5,000, 2,000, 3,000 Nick. But look,
No,
it
you didn't
doesn't
get
matter.
that.
No,
But it
I
would
never
be
got.
like
I never got. I don't know if I got rated by him now, it'd be fucking awesome. But yeah, whatever. The other thing, and these are the list of things why I don't trust you. You know, list of things you didn't talk about. This was very important in the video, putting pressure on Turkey Tom for his association with DDG, knowing damn well Tommy was already moving away from it. He was in a tough spot. He couldn't say anything about Destiny or throw him under the bus until the story officially broke. To protect the victim, you guys are always pearl clutching about. You know, that girl you really don't care about any more than I do? Yeah, that girl. Oh, Destiny, how could you do this? How could you record somebody without their consent? Must be rape. Yeah, that helps too. You know, oh, by the way, all the rape victims would like to give you a big thank you. Oh, and pedo victims too. Because Queeman and Chud and the rest of these guys...
You actually don't need to interact with real people ever.
Thank you very much. All these guys have done those people no favors at all.
It's always hard to know the truth behind rat allegations, but his convenient overlooking of the explicit Bowblax allegation was telling.
Yeah, of course. 6 months went by. 6 months. And keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind about the Bowblax allegation. Everybody thought enough was enough. It wasn't enough for Chud to be in the biggest stream of the year, a New Year's stream with Turkey Tom, a New Year's stream with Augie, a New Year's stream with that's golden. That's a big opportunity. And God, I guess he needed more content. He's probably God, I can't wait. I couldn't believe it took as long to leak as it did. He probably couldn't believe it. And then, you know, it's a safe thing to leak because nobody likes Bowblax. So that's one of the things to avoid. The other thing was putting Turkey Tom under pressure. You knew damn well his situation, and you kept pressing him. You all can go back and watch it, and you can see you do it. Knowing damn well Turkey Tom couldn't run his mouth and had to keep the rouge up with Destiny, so he didn't get tipped off. That was the lousiest thing to do. What is he angry about? It came out of left field. Watch the video. It's just that simple. Watch the video. Very, very simple. But now I'm going to get into why I really can't stand this guy. And this is one small example that I bet you've run into before. I'll give you a hint that you see this all the time. He's talking out both sides of his mouth, saying something's good and bad in the same sentence. This is my personal favorite. Thanks, Willie Mack, because he reminded me.
Has Willie Mack ever received any funding or payment from Destiny, Dan Saltman, or anyone else associated with...
So the guy is accusing him of being compromised. And Chud will dismiss it.
Liberal Studios. That's Destiny's media company.
Not a single dollar.
This is fucking stupid, man. Like, this is
stupid.
The problem. Is like, there is a point to be made there, but these, like, you know, these videos go overboard and go to these kind of like conspiracies that there's money changing hands and stuff like that. There's not money changing hands. It's much simpler than that. But what you want about money changing hands? That's ridiculous. But yes, there is. You're onto something, but you're going.
What are you up to? It's the same fucking shit over and over again. He's on both sides of every issue. I don't know how anybody guys can listen to him other than maybe he's entertaining or funny, because there's a point to be made there, and we're going to see this a lot because this goes to the heart of both Queeman and Chud. They don't criticize; they attack your credibility, and that's a credibility attack. Look, if you say there's a point to be made there, you simply, maybe he doesn't want to cause drama, like the excuse he gave for Nick, you simply say that point. But he doesn't do that. That's what I can't stand about him. I made a statement that a lot of people that were demanding that, it was at the time of Dr. Disrespect, we all should condemn him before all the facts were out. And he definitely deserved being condemned. I said, it's just fascist behavior. Chud asked me to come on, and then I got cornered by Queeman, which, as we well know now, Chud is well aware that the Queeman's bad faith. He immediately went to the little definition trick. He asked me the definition of fascism. Kids, don't fall for that one. If you give it too good of a definition, then you read it off. If you give any other definition, it's bad. You don't know what you're talking about. You fell for the red herring, and you're talking about that. This is something that Destiny does all the time. So if you listen back, I refused to do it, and I stuck by my guns. And then his Kleeman's brilliant response was, then why isn't it fascist? Because it's apparent. Brilliant, 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 brilliant stuff. So it's just, you have to agree with me. After the whole thing was done, Chud went on to say this. Well, Tommy doesn't know anything about fascism. That's abundantly clear. But he is right that it might be fascist demanding people condemn before we all have the evidence. It's the same shit here. He does it all the time. I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it. Because if you want to call it a sneak diss, talking out by both sides of your mouth, just being dubious, dishonest, I mean, call it what you will. This is why I can't stand him. 100%. That's the perfect example. And I bet you could find a million examples of that. I know you can find it in this video that I'm about to show you. Why won't you talk about, why didn't you call him? You guys were buds, right? Yeah. Why wouldn't I call him? That's why I didn't call him. It's this little thing right there. Now forget the thumbnail and the title, because the trap is there. Oh, you can't handle the bants and all that stuff. Here's what I want you to do. Click in this video on your own time, pretend he's talking about you, and then ask yourself, do you want to talk with that guy? Do you want to hash it out with that guy? Or does he not like you? So I got the Bowblax leak, that's shady. I got the Willie Mack thing, that's fucking shady. I got that Pacific example. Yeah, things are stacking up where I think I'm allowed not to trust him. And yeah, I didn't call him. By the way, I talked to Chud, played video games with him pretty much throughout the month of December. I think 2 streams or one night we did it alone and there was a stream or something like that. I haven't heard a word. So that kind of goes both ways. Why did you call him? Why didn't you call me? I might have thought, well, maybe it was an isolated incident, but I no longer think this is isolated incidents. When the New Year's stream happened, I was like, yeah, there's something fucking there. This guy's incredibly dishonest. You want to know what Chud actually thinks? Are you sick of his bad faith fence sitting? Listen to Queeman. He'll tell you. But he's got nothing to lose, and Chud does. And that's what it really comes down to. He doesn't understand. I don't know if he does it, or it's just bad faith. You could criticize Nick. Here's the funny thing. Do you see this particular picture of me, right, when I was moving? This is clipped from a video where I was criticizing Ethan Klein. I never started drama with Nick. Nobody ran to Nick and said he's attacking you. When he said, I'm talking about you, Nicholas Diorio, and then shoehorning somebody else said, like Stardust.
Is as dry as the fucking Sahara unless you're willing to do the 20th stream sucking off fucking Ethan Klein. Yes, I'm talking about you, Nicholas Diorio, okay? Unless you're willing to do the 20th stream going, oh, isn't Ethan correct about everything and Hassan's totally wrong? Unless you're willing to do that, it's dry as the fucking Sahara out there, bro. There's nothing happening. It is so boring. Dude, I'm so uninspired every single day when I wake up and I think, right, what is there to talk about today? What? We love the ADL guys, don't we? Yeah, the ADL are absolutely correct about everything, aren't they? All of a sudden now, because we're against Hassan and we want to suck Ethan's the ADL apparently are a great entity. The ADL fucking suck, bro.
Yeah, I think he did it on purpose. I'm no longer being generous. I think he did it on purpose. So why would you talk to him? I don't understand that at all. I wouldn't talk to somebody like that. And, you know, you could always say something outrageous, attack people's credibility and say, hey, you can't handle the bants. You can't handle the banter. It's just an endless circle of being dishonest. It's endless circle of bad faith. That's all it was. So that's why. This milquetoast thing, fence sitter thing is really just, look, all this stuff is run by money. Don't, even your favorite YouTubers, even the good ones, every decision is made on topics to cover is about money. I'm not above it and nobody else is. It's very easy to sit there and act like everybody else is selling out when you're not depending on the money. Chud's depending on the money. So believe me, I've done this long enough to realize, yeah, you're going to avoid this, you're going to avoid that. But if Chud wanted to criticize Nick, or not even criticize Nick's arguments. But they don't know that. They don't know the difference between, no, I'm not going to, they do know the difference. Who am I fucking kidding here? Attacking your credibility is the bants to them. Attacking your credibility is criticism. What's the matter? You can't take criticism? You're attacking my credibility, not my argument. That's what they do over and over again. Queeman does it. His minions do it. They all do it. Chud does it, except he's a mean girl about it and does it sneaks this. When you call him out, he plays stupid or says you're soft, and then lets Queeman do the rest. That's probably what it is. How coordinated it is, I don't fucking know. I don't care. If you want to know what Chud thinks, talk to Queeman. Queeman thinks Nick DiOrio is a sellout. All those guys think he's a sellout, and he's unfairly praising Ethan Klein. Instead of attacking the praises, you say he's a dick rider. You say he's a sweeper. And don't provide any explanation why that's the case. Just like that Willie clip I showed you. It's just that simple. So can anybody really believe that there's actually no alignment here? I mean, Hassan pulls this shit all the time. Hey, listen, I can't control this guy. I disagree with him, but he does a great job. Well, here, if you thought he was bad faith, you wouldn't have put him on your show. You wouldn't have platformed him. Chud's got no problem with Queeman being bad faith. None whatsoever. None at all. He just will continue to do this whole thing over and over and over again and then play stupid. That's the idea. The idea that he doesn't associate with Queeman is comically stupid. It's a comical lie. Last thing I got to say, I'm going to mention Aiden real quick. Aiden made a comment. He said that I come from a community that if we criticize each other, it's over. It's fucking done. I don't know. Anybody watch me long enough, I can take a joke. I can get my balls busted. I can do all those things. It's just not true. I can be criticized. That's not true. What they do is called credibility attacks. And the credibility attacks, sweeper, dick rider, all those fucking things, and say you can't handle the bats. It's bad faith. It's dishonest. It's what Chud's doing. It's what he's doing on the surface. That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, there is another thing. I almost forgot. Chud mentioned, and this is an example of just being deliberately dishonest with context. Chud said, "Why don't you call me a pedo? If you just come out and say it." I didn't call you one. I didn't say you were a groomer. Let's not forget that you got catfished by a 17-year-old boy. And everybody, including myself, looked the other way, thought it was fucked up, and gave you the best. Here's what I said, and I'm not going to pretend to teach you right now. I'm just going to teach the audience. I'm not going to pretend you didn't understand what I said. I said you got catfished, and that's fucked up. And people look the other way. The context being, even if you're innocent, like Chud was of the whole thing, he was actually set up by some friggin' minor. There's no doubt about it. I've stuck up for Zaptai and other people. I have initially stuck up for Zero until he was repentant. I have a history of sticking up for people that make massive mistakes. But on YouTube, and he knows this, 9 times out of 10, that's lights out. 9 times out of 10, lights out. You're finished. It doesn't matter the context, right? The context he wouldn't afford me. So this whole thing, why don't you just call me a pedo then? Well, I didn't. I didn't even suggest it. I said you were a catfish. I said it was fucked up. And all the people that you're trying to snake, Willie, Tom, me, well, and I guess to some extent, Bowblax, were nice to you and looked the other way instead of saying, well, look, that guy might be innocent. I can't be associated with him. They gave you a chance. They gave you a chance because of Nick's goodwill. That's what they did. But you're trying to snake him. So back to Aiden. Baden says that we come from a community who criticize each other. It's the friendship's over and what have you. First of all, that's not true. It's the credibility attacks. That's what it is. I mean, Queeman has no fucking problem or no compunction. He does not give a shit if something's true, if it's out of context. It's whatever sticks. Willie said something interesting about him, that he respects Queeman a lot more because he's just trying to make YouTube work. And we've seen it before with these anti-community communities, right? It's just whatever sticks. We saw all the way back in the day, which they remind me the most of, but lamer, the blood sports thing with Medicare and Tonka and all those guys. But they eventually destroy each other. The most recent version was Salvo's community. And they ate each other as well. He ate himself, and then, God, that guy ate. They ate each other, and then he ate himself. All these communities, they go away. They get really freaking hot, and then they fizzle out. Because eventually, the line gets boring. Eventually, the bad faith gets boring. Queeman doesn't have any reputation for being good faith. Most of the people who watch Chud, I even noticed in my own comments, cannot stand him. They don't like the fact that I'm so-called conflating them. The problem is, I don't think it's an accident. I don't think I'm crazy here. When he puts them on, lets him say his shit, but I disagree with that. It's the same shit he did with Willie. It's the same shit he does with everybody else. You know, that's really interesting. But I got to distance myself. Yeah, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. And that's it. That's all.
Buddy.
If you're going to sit there and say, I can't take the bans, fine. If you're going to do what Queeman's little crowd did and said, get this, with the pedo thing, that I knew that Chud was a groomer and I let it go until it was inconvenient for me. Oh, that's funny. And honestly, I think Chud knew that it was going to be taken like that. I never said that. I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt. Catfished, and that's fucked up. So that's who you're dealing with. That's your great commentator. That's your guy that's fair. And nobody could be less fair than Chud. He just needs to keep the image up.